For the tubular start, I want you to start a 40 needle size sample. So I've got 40 needles, 20 left, 20 right in the front, and 40 needles on the back set up. All cams are open. Grab your main yarn carrier, main color, and knit across. Again, remember to slacken your yarn before you take your carriage all across. Put the comb and the wire in and attach weights. Now for the tubular start, you want the opposite cams closed again. So I'm just going to knit the front bed going in one direction and knit the back bed going in the other direction. If this was an all needle start, you would of course open all your cams, but because we are doing a tubular start, keep the cams closed and knit about 10 to 15 rows like this. I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing my cam position. My opposite cams are still closed. So I'm knitting the front bed going in one direction and the back bed in the other direction. So once I have knitted about 10 to 15 rows, I'm just going to open my bed so that you can see that I've created a pocket right there. So this is a tubular edge. It's been knitted like a tube, so you can see the pocket right there. Bring your carriage to the left. If you've opened your bed, make sure you close the bed back. Carriage is on the left, open all the cams. So now you want to knit all the needles on both the bed and bring your carriage to the right side. To knit the Ottoman cord, I want you to loosen the tension a little bit. So I'm going to take the screw, unscrew it, and bring the tension. So previously it was set at 15 for this yarn. I'm going to bring it down to a 12. Doing it on both the sides on the front and then do it on the back as well. For the Ottoman cord, you want to knit about 7 rows, 6 to 7 rows on the front bed and not knit anything on the back bed. So I'm just going to close both the cams on the back bed. We've already reduced the tension, so the stitch size is now slightly bigger. One row, 2, 3. As I take my carriage across, sometimes the stitch on the end needles becomes too tight, so just push the butt down. 4, 5. Bring the carriage to the other side so that you can change color. So I've knit 6 rows only on the front row. Change color and open the cams on the back bed and knit all needles. 2 rows. One, 2, change color, close the cams on the back, knit the same number of rows you knit earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, change color, open the cams on the back bed. So you're knitting with contrast color all the needles on both bed. Knit 2 rows. 1, 2. Change color. Close the cams on the back. Knit 6 rows. And you keep repeating this till you have a 3-inch sample. This is a variation of the Ottoman cord that we just knitted. This is traditionally the design side, so the face side, and this is what the opposite side looks like. For this sample, we are going to transfer stitches from the back bed onto the front bed. So all the needles on the front bed will hold stitches, but some needles on the back will be empty. So to transfer the stitches, you need a bodkin or the double eye needle. So to transfer a stitch, it's totally up to you how you want your design, but I'm going to keep 4 needles with stitch, and then I'm going to make 4 needles empty. So I'm just linking the eye of the bodkin with the hook, pull the needle out, push it back in. So now the stitch is on my double eye needle, and I'm going to just slide it out, leaving 1, 2, 3, 4 needles in the front, and I'm going to transfer the stitch into the 5th needle. And you just hook the eye with the needle and just slide it in. Make sure that the 4 empty needles on the back, you transfer them out of work. So push them all the way down. Continuing this pattern, leave 4 needles on the back with stitches on them and the next 4 empty. So it's totally up to you what pattern you decide. If you want to do this or a 3 by 3, it's totally up to you. So you can see the arrangement of the needles. I have 4 needles on the back in working and then 4 out of work all through my sample. Remember to push the needles that are empty all the way out of work. For the variation, I'm going to start by closing the cams on the back, and I'm going to knit maybe 7 rows in the front. So I'm going to knit an odd number on the front bed only. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to open the cams and with the same color knit all the needles on both the front and the back bed. Change color. Close the cams on the back bed and knit 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open the cam, knit both beds. Change color. Close the cam on the back bed. Knit 7 rows on the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Open the cams, knitting all needles on both beds, and you keep repeating this process. Once you have about 3 inches of the sample, knit all needle for about 4 rows, and then carry your empty carriage across to just release the sample from the machine.